I was 9 years old in that picture. Notice that my feet have no shoes. What a great feeling. When you're 9, you don't have to wear shoes. You're just kind of running around being wild. But when you're 9 and you have size 9 shoes, you don't really have shoes. I mean, you have a few shoes, but they don't make a lot of cool shoes for 9-year-olds. They make wallabies and Keds and things like that. But I held my own, and I got into my center of being a child with an age that is her shoe size. And then when I was 10, something happened. Because when you're 10, you realize size 10 shoes, which is what I had when I was 10, aren't that popular. There's not a lot of little girl shoes. There's shoes for drag queens. And in New Jersey, there was so little demand for drag queen shoes. There was very few in Asbury Park. There were very few drag queens. That's changed, by the way. So I had trouble. I started wearing boys' shoes, and I remember, I dealt with it, but it was hard. I remember once I went to a party, and they had a no shoe rule. So I put my shoes at the doorway, my boys' shoes that I was wearing, and a little girl ran in right after me, and she started screaming. She said, "There's a boy here! It's an all-girl party, who's the boy?" And I was in the corner, I was like, she was holding my shoes. And I was like, "Those are my shoes, I'm not a boy." I had a moment of gender dysphoria. And I was like, maybe, I don't know, but she was so upset, and she was shaking, and I calmed her down, and I stroked her hair, and I kissed her, and I started realizing that maybe my shoes are gonna cause great deviant behavior the rest of my life. When I turned 11, I was size 11. When I turned 12, I was size 12. And I was freaking out because there was nobody who sold shoes for size 12, kids or adults at that matters. I was wearing shoe boxes with little bows. I looked like Frankenstein. But more importantly, I started looking at my feet, and I started hating my feet. Now, it's the shoes that were the problem, but I started hating my feet. And they're the hot dog of hate. And on my 13th birthday, the eve of my 13th birthday, I knelt down and prayed to God in front of my Scott Baio and Kristen McNichols. I said, "God, you've given me so much. You've given me so much feet. Give me anything but bigger feet. Like, keep me at this lovely size 12. And God answered. And God said, "Okay, it's Yom Kippur. So you're going to fast because you're 13. I'm also going to give you your period." So I took the deal. I took the deal. But I want to impress upon you that I'm not up here kind of whining. I'm not. They do not make shoes for women beyond size 10. A few 11s, but they do not make size 12 in any store you walk into. Let me give you an example. You walk into DSW, they don't even mention my name. I am above. Do you know how that makes me feel? Like, do you have size above? So you start feeling like, wow, if they don't make shoes for me, I must not exist. You really start feeling kind of yucky. But then once in a while, some shoe company gets really wild. They go, "We're going to make size 12s this year." And they get sick about it, and they make shoes that have the strangest things in them. Like this one in particular, there's a goldfish in there. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, first of all, the goldfish, no matter how many times it swims around that heel, it cannot reach that bottle of beer. And goldfish have like a 6-second memory, so every 6 seconds, that goldfish has hope. And I don't need a pet in my shoes. I have a pet. Aww. This is my dog Finnegan in vitro. And when she finally came home, I got a rug to match her scar. And the thing about it is, I'm telling you right now, I have a jealousy of this dog. She has the most beautiful feet. And look at her like hip. Oh wait, I want to go back and look at that feet for a second. Back, forward, forward. Oh, that we meditate together. That actually is in order. I'm sorry. We meditate together. Feet. So watch this. See, she has these feet that enable her to just like relax and splay. Hold on, be careful, people. But look, she has this thing. It's like a frog thing. And it's so amazing. And I just love her. And I kind of wanted to piss her off recently, so I gave her shoes. Oh. So she understands what hell it is to actually be in shoes that don't speak who you are.
That is funny.
So, in order to work with my pain, I feel like the first thing I need to do is kind of connect to my feet and feel a little love from you guys. And as you know, this is a marriage ceremony, so we need some participation. And in this monkey face, I have all your names. So right now, I'm just gonna call up a single, soulful, caring, nurturing, someone with slightly good aim. And it is Louise Green. I do not know you, Louise. Are you here?
Yes.
Are you scared? Come here, Louise.
Louise.
Come here, Louise. Louise, this will take 2 seconds, and it's going to make a big difference in my life. You're about to help me feel held and nurtured and seen and touched, most importantly. Now, no, I would never ask you to do that. But a happy ending would be nice. Please sit. Nice to meet you. Hi. I actually don't want you to have these poor people are worried about your back, so let's do a little ring. Is that good? Good? Can you see her? Nice ass? Good?
Oh, yeah.
So I've had some time to fix these, but then they got unfixed, so I just thought if we give a little sprinkle of color,
You want me to paint it?
just a little bit.
Okay.
Is that okay? Now we have a glitter option,
Okay.
and then we have a regular plain option, and I don't want to choose for you. I want you
Okay.
to have that expressive, because this is expression.
Okay. Has to be glitter.
Glitter, okay, good, excellent. And I have these little mini maxi pads. I mean, and you can, if anything happens, these
Okay.
are safety.
My hands are shaking a little.
Do you know that when I go to
Okay.
those places to get my feet, what are they called? Pedi mani? And
Mani
they say to me
pedis.
like, foot massage, $5. And then I take off my shoes and they say, $10 for you. Because they punish me, but I don't feel that from you. I feel like you're loving me.
It's wonderful.
Thank you. You have
Love it.
very good aim, by the way. Beautiful. You know, the sparkly is good for the kind of lighting we arranged tonight.
Yeah, that's
There's
one.
beautiful. One, fantastic. How long have you been a petty person?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Fantastic. Have you ever painted someone else's toes before?
Kids.
See?
Yeah, kids.
I'm a
toes.
kid. That's good. You know, sometimes I think about, unemployment, and this is a possibility, doing things like this. Do you have any ridiculously personal questions you want to ask me?
No, actually, your feet don't look that big. Actually.
This is all mirrors and smoke. It's fantastic. I learned in Vegas. That would look at this.
There.
Louise Green, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe back there. It's dark. Don't step on the people. So that wasn't so bad. So if you get cold, I'm not gonna embarrass you. I might touch you inappropriately. But I'm not gonna. So I wanted to hold on. This could be a moment for you. Don't go home and say, God, the show is like watching paint dry. This could be a moment of zen. I'm going to do this again. Just hot dog of hate, go there. Is that good for you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so happy to see you guys. I forgot the visual. That was supposed to be behind Louise as she performed her duties. Unbelievable. Let's talk about just size for a second. So when you wear slippers, you want to be like intimate and cozy and kind of sexy, right? When I wear slippers, I just want to point out I look like one of those machines that cleans the street. Do you want to hug this? I don't know. So the thing about Uggs, though, is fascinating to me. They're going into this field of like heels, and they do this whole booty thing. And people are wearing these out in the world. I mean, I don't want to put you in the spot, but how many of you have little Uggs that you wear outside? See, quite a bit of you. I'd say like 14.6% of you. And did you know that there's a fail going on all around America? People are wearing Uggs, and they're collapsing. Their arches, they're falling. They're looking stupid. But the trend still persists, and you have these people like Jessica, whatever her name is, that lady. They wear their Uggs, and they want to say to the paparazzi, "Oh God, we're so relaxed. Look at us, we're wearing our pajamas outside. Take a picture of us. I'm running to the pharmacy to get some Xanax. I'm so relaxed." That's the vibe they get, and I just think it's really, really strange. But they look cute in their Uggies. They do. They look a little cuddly, but they probably shouldn't be outside. The only children that people should be outside is children, because they get to look cute. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, okay, Deb, you are risking it tonight. There's an old saying in theater that you should, never use people around you that are going to upstage you, and I've already covered animals and a baby, and the third one are snails making love. You never put that thing you don't do. But I'm just showing you how comfortable I am with you. Look, I'm putting it up there, and now you know that Georgia O'Keeffe really was inspired by snails. But there's one thing, since we're on snails, I wanted to tell you that snails, when they make love, they have at it, and then they go and slinker back to their homes, to their individual homes. And this is why the divorce rate between snails is so small, because they know where to go. They go and do their thing. And then I was on Larchmont a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to people about shoes, and I met this couple. It kind of reminded me, they were so ridiculously cool.
Yeah, we've got some salmon-colored Vans and some worn white Converse. We're married. We're clearly of similar style.
Yeah. We just got married in June.
This shoe's a factor in you falling in love?
No.
It was more the jeans. We had like the same denim.
Did you wear sneakers to the wedding?
No, but I wore his mom's shoes for her wedding.
Yeah, she got them resold for her to wear. It was pretty amazing.
Resold. Did you get that? Resold. The idea of getting a gift of a pair of shoes to me is like, does anybody give me a gift of shoes like his mother gave to her? But the answer is yes. My friends were in the beautiful island of Tahiti, and they saw these shoes, and they said, "They're so big, let's get them for Deborah." And they saw them, and I was touched, because who would have the guts to get me shoes? And they fit me, and they're cool. But the first time I wore them, I poked the eye out of a small child, and I didn't mean to, and I felt really, really bad. But one of the reasons I moved from San Francisco to Los Angeles a couple years ago is my feet needed to thaw out. Because I never got to wear open-toed shoes, so I hid my feet well in San Francisco all those years, but I did miss that idea of the flip-flop culture. So the second I got to Los Angeles, I started wearing flip-flops. And I also started noticing something else going on, that the climate was getting worse and worse. And I started thinking to myself, wow, LA is so warm, but it's so warm. And then I started thinking about the thing that I started back in 2007 before I moved to Los Angeles, which was a company, a $1 billion company called Cool the World. Very, very successful. The expense account alone is amazing. I've enjoyed great success. And I gave it a .org just because I wanted to just like do a nod to activism. But, so when I moved here, I thought to myself, let's resurrect Cool the World, and let's talk about climate, and let's get people involved. And I just wanted to point out that the timing of this is amazing in terms of the show, because as we know in Paris, you saw that picture of the shoes on the first slide. They weren't allowing anybody to demonstrate because of the terrorist attack, but people wanted to demonstrate, so they had a silent demonstration and just used their shoes. And I think think that's so powerful, and I think they sort of did it for Shoes Worth Sharing. They knew I was doing the show, and they said, God, she needs a really good photo to talk about climate issues. But what was really beautiful about this conference, and I have to say, Reuters did incredible coverage, and they covered the big people like the United States talking about our responsibility. We're going to clean it up. They talked about, the Britain saying, my God, it's like patient, and we have to take care of it. And then the Pope, God bless the Pope, talking about it like it's almost like suicide. So these people, I was expecting them to be quoted. They were, but guess what Reuters did? They also quoted the Prime Minister of a country called Tuvalu. Has anybody been to Tuvalu? I think we should go to Tuvalu. No one in this room has been to Tuvalu. It's called a nation state, an island nation. It's called an island nation between Australia and Hawaii. And it's 10 miles long. And it has 10,000 people on it, one person per mile. And they talk about terrorism and things like that. But I just felt like what's compelling about the whole issue is it affects these little 10-mile islands and affects giants like China. So it's pretty magnificent. And when I came to Los Angeles, I thought, let's get young people to connect to this issue. And I had so much fun doing it because I wrote the song called Cool the World, and I got these kids in a room and I locked the door. I didn't feed them for 2 weeks. They were really hungry, but they got focused on what would the world be if we didn't have fields of grain. And by the time they were really hungry, they were like, we're going to sing the song, we promise. And they did. It was really Now I want to sing this with you, but what's really special tonight is we have a few of the kids from the chorus. Sabine and George, are you here? Where are you? Come up quick, come here. Come on, real quick. Okay, you know what, you can stay there. No, really, you can stay there. Just stand up with us. Stand up with me. We're going to sing one chorus together. Because you're rock stars, Sabine and George. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool the world. Cool the world. One more time. We're going to do harmony now. Cool the world. Cool the world. Wouldn't it have been cool to have all those big presidents stand up at the beginning of this conference and just put hands together and go, cool. This is what I lay up thinking about at night. This is why I have financial trouble. I know this. But my father talked to me a lot about issues of the climate and the world, and he also talked to me about how to not get down about it. And as a scientist, he said the most important thing to do when you're realizing the world is going to shit is to use your imagination. And one of his best friends, Albert Einstein, has the best quote, which really brings it home that you gotta focus in on the power to think over and feel over the stuff that's bugging you. So we have knowledge and we have understanding and facts, but when you have imagination, you can make things happen in a whole different way. Like, for instance, if you stare at those stars, okay? Stare at those stars and start to see a face. Imagine a face. Can you see a face in those stars? See? You see? You can start seeing things just by imagining them and realizing them. I'll do one more better for you. And if you open your eyes, I'm going to throw a shoe at you. Close your eyes right now. Everyone close your eyes. I will throw a shoe at you if I see an eyeball. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't open them. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Now open your eyes. Look what you imagine. That's amazing. I think your mom is here too, right? Jennifer. So you know what's interesting about Isola? She's all about imagination, and I was talking to her about these boots that I have, and I used to call them Smurf boots because they look like a Smurf boot, but when I wear them, I feel like I kind of can do anything. I can jump to the moon even. And many years ago, I wrote a song about the moon. I thought, wait, I can have Isola help me with the song so we could talk about the possibility of actually leaving this planet and going and living on the moon, but maybe not. So first, I'm gonna before we sing the song, I'm gonna put you in these boots because I want to protect you from the debris when we travel. There's the first one, and there's the next one. Very nice. And I'm gonna also put a little tinfoil around your legs because there's debris, and I don't want the space debris to hurt you, and you've got shrapnel. Space shrapnel. Okay, so it goes like this. This is powerful stuff. Do you know that you can't this can't nothing can puncture this except a fishbone. Okay. So, here you go. Here you go. Good. I like that whole look on you. And your mom is gonna hold the moon because this is the deal. It's all right. This song. I was in a really small apartment in San Francisco many years ago, and I was in this attic apartment. And I couldn't quite stand up in it, but I liked the little triangle that I had. And I used to look through the triangle, and I used to see the moon. And one day I looked at the moon, and I said, I wonder how lonely it gets for the moon. Like he's up there all the time. And I started anthropomorphizing the moon, thinking the moon was lonely, and I wrote this song. And today it all comes full circle because it's Izzy's gonna help us kind of think about the same story. So, oh, you probably want that little microphone we invented. Hold on. Hold on. We invented this just for the night with our imagination. Is that a good height for you? Here we go.
Nobody knows how lonely it gets for the man on the moon. Imagine how cold and dark it gets. I better rescue him real soon. Mr. Man on the moon, I hope you're listening to this tune. And Mr. Man on the moon, I'm coming up there to get you in my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon. I pack my bags with space food and my big bad gravity shoes. I leave a note at my bathroom door to tell my folks the news. I'm ready for the final launch and the wind begins to blow. The earth is rolling far away from me, and then I see a face I know. Hey, Mr. Man on the moon, I hope you're listening to this tune. Mr. Man on the moon, I came all the way up here in my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon.
And the moon says, hello. Good to see you, you little lunatic. I never met somebody quite like you. What is it that you sick?
Well, sir, won't you come with me? Come down from the nighttime sky. The earth is filled with lots of people, all wanting to say hi. Oh, Mr. Man on the moon, I hope you're listening to this tune. Mr. Man on the moon, come to Earth with me in my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon.
And the moon said, what makes you think I'm so lonely? I love this life up here. Besides, Earth is not meant for people like me. It's got such a different atmosphere.
But Mr. Man on the moon, I thought for sure you heard my tune. Mr. Man on the moon, came all the way up here in my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon. He just answered me with a smile and a wink, which I now don't understand. Life is better than I used to think upon the lunar land. Oh, Mr. Man on the moon, I hope you're still listening to this tune. Mr. Man on the moon, I'll visit you real soon in my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon. In my outer space balloon.
I gotta ask you to stand for a little more because I met these three little girls around your age and I talked to them about their shoes. So I want to show you their three little things, and then I want to ask you have some like commentary on it. Okay? Just a little commentary. Let's listen to them first.
What does commentary
Oh, hold on. Okay.
shoes for a lot of reasons, but my favorite reason is because they're sparkly. Yeah. And she can't wear them to school, so she's very sad. Yeah, so because I have to wear sneakers to school, so it's the only time I get to wear them the weekend.
That's one. And commentary means like talk about your opinion, what you think, but hold your thought for a second. I want you to watch two more. Second one.
Because it represents kind of my favorite part of time during the Civil War, I guess.
I know you have thoughts. Hold on to them. Hold on. Just hold back. Hold on, one more.
I got these shoes because I was driving from France to Holland, and then someone forgot to put one of my bags with my shoes, my sneakers, into the trunk, so we had to go on a plane flight with my sneakers, so we had to get new shoes. And they're from Holland. And why do you like them? And I like them because they're from Holland.
Oh my God, from Holland. Okay, so I guess it's not really a question as more of a request. Of the three things that you heard, like which ones can you replicate for us?
Okay, what does replicate mean?
Oh. Replicate means like do like wait that like sound like them.
Like sound, like voice.
Yeah.
Like, or not words.
No, not words, just like
Voice.
how they sounded, yeah. Because they were pretty distinct. There was a sparkly, and there was a Civil War time
Civil
traveler,
War.
and then there was
Civil War.
yeah,
That one.
yeah, the Holland one. Yeah, go ahead. Which one?
I said my voice, not the words, but my
Yeah, just
voice,
like yeah.
Civil War.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. No, because I think because like the Holland one. Let's say the word Holland together. Ready? Holland. Yeah. I know. Would you like to go to Holland one day? Yeah. Well, listen. Izzy's been here for 3 nights in a row. You are setting the bar because I'm gonna have other kids learn this in other cities, but you are the queen, like outer space balloon person. So in order to show you my thanks, I collected $1 million from the audience. But we couldn't get it together. So, but if I have to tell you something, if you take off your right shoe and you go into the very depths of the shoe, there might be a spider in there, but there might be something else too. Just check. Go into the depths of the shoe. Go all the way in there. What do you feel?
Anything?
Oh my God! We want to send you to college in Holland. So, so open up the toy, and you're gonna put this. Oh my God! It's your honorarium. It's called an honorarium. It means that we can't pay you, but we're gonna give you something to make you feel good and not sue us. So I want to thank you very much for all of your. Let me take your shoe off. Do you have any last things you want to tell the audience before you go?
I'm not really going, but
She's gonna say.
it's really great. It's really great for nice to be here and for watching me do this. It's a really big opportunity for me.
You can take one home if you want. That's a good new look. Thank you. But one more hand for Jennifer. Do you want to take your space debris protection home with you?
I have a lot.
You have a lot of home. See how cool space travel is? It's cool. But we don't all have to go to space. We can just kind of see the world, right? We can see the world from here. And I think that's another thing about shoes that I'm kind of loving a little bit when I talk about it, is the idea that is as big as these boots are, these have taken me amazing places. And when I put them on, I feel large and clunky, and I wear a dress sometimes just to piss people off because it looks so bad. But it's they're so righteous, and they keep me safe, and I get to go around the world, and when I travel, I get so excited. I eat the street food, and I get sick, and I've puked in amazing places like Mexico, and I puked in Umbria, Italy, and I puked in Peru, and I puked in Mexico. I puked in Kenya. But one place I haven't puked is in a place where I met my people. When I went to Angkor Wat, I met these. I saw these ancient people. And I thought maybe these are where my people are. And I got emotional about it. But I've been thinking about shoes in terms of protection, shoes that actually take care of our feet. And I thought to myself, how do I focus in on this particular thing to help me get through my hot dog of hate? If I can think of shoes as protecting me, then I think I'll feel better about them. So I thought, let me make a phone call to somebody who knows about safety in feet. Now, I had a couple of things to choose from. My sister is a reflexologist, okay? Could have called her. My brother-in-law is a podiatrist. I could have called him. My other brother-in-law, this is getting weird, isn't it? My other brother-in-law is a foot and ankle surgeon. So I thought to myself, let me call him. And I called him tonight. I said, look, Lou, I'm gonna dial you into the show. Don't talk too much, please. Don't talk so much. But I said, let me just dial you in, and we're gonna have a conversation. And I'm going to ask you a little about foot safety and things like that, and what you've seen and all that stuff you see when you do surgery. So let me see if I can dock it.
Hey, Deb, what's up? How you doing?
Hey Lou, what's up? I'm good. We're with people here tonight. We're talking about feet. It's good. It's a good time.
Yes, thank you for connecting with me in front of people. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Are they on? Or
No,
am I on?
it's
How do
just
my
me.
buds look?
Your buds look good. They're red. They look
Good. Am I coming
good
through?
accent. You're coming through great. Yeah.
You like my zipper?
Yeah. It's kind of cool actually. That's like a zipper thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know. It's really cool.
Did you get that for this show?
So-
Did you want to get that for the?
I picked it up on the fly. Anyway. Okay, so we're not talking about zippers, right? Because
No.
that's not my specialty.
It's not right now.
Although there are shoes with zippers.
That's true.
So it
That's
could
true.
be
Yeah.
could be part of it.
Yes.
But you wanted to talk about shoes, right?
Right. Yeah, I want to talk about shoes in terms of like you see messed up feet all day long. So I'm thinking you probably know that certain shoes cause messed up feet with safety issues, or they might not be built well, and kind of talk about that, like how shoes mess up.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, in general, I think shoes are our friends.
Yeah.
And they are they're bestowing safety and comfort to people more than they are hurting people. So I don't want to malalign shoes. And I'm not an advocate for barefoot living.
Advocate.
I think we were there and we evolved. Like we don't walk like everywhere. We don't walk across the country. Like if I was gonna visit you, I don't walk anymore. I take the plane.
Right.
So these days we wear shoes so that we could kind of walk more efficiently
Right.
to the plane. So that's there's an advantage to having something engineered for protection and comfort.
Right.
And I think in general that's what shoes do.
Right.
They will enhance performance and protect us. But there are times where the shoe becomes an enemy.
An enemy.
Where the shoe can be, for example, like a guided missile.
Guided
That is
missile? What do you mean?
when you're dancing on the dance floor and
Yeah.
beautifully adorned pirouetting 250-pound woman kind of plants in a deep plie onto your foot
Right,
with
that's
her
more,
stiletto
right.
heel.
Right.
And that is
Dangerous.
not a pleasant situation,
Hurts
and
like
can
hell.
actually cause
Right.
significant damage to the foot. Not just the skin; it could break the skin, but it could cause some permanent crush injury
Right,
and sequelae.
right.
So I'm
Right,
not really
so-
talking about that
okay, so
either.
we're not talking about that, right,
Let's.
so-
So now that we're not going to talk about
Lou,
that, let's
Lou,
talk
Lou.
first. You want to talk about like safety shoes? You want to talk about
No.
nice shoes that should be safe, or you want to talk about beautiful shoes that hurt?
No, I listen. Why don't you just tell us like about your favorite shoe? Because in telling us about your favorite shoe,
Yeah.
maybe you'll tell us about shoes that are like what's good about them. Like like that shoe. Like obviously you like that shoe. So what about that shoe? Like that is safe and good elements.
Well, this is one of my favorites.
Good. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
It's got a nice, This is. I'm not going to tell you the brand because they're not endorsing it, but
Okay.
nice thick sole shoe, some pliability there, flexibility, good toe box,
Nice. Good toe box.
nice tongue, heel counter, cushiony insole,
Nice insole.
lots of good features.
Right.
Notice the heel; it's a little lifted, but
Very sexy
no
heel.
big,
Yeah.
stiletto point there.
No,
So.
you look good. No,
Um,
listen, Lou, you're so smart, and I'm so happy I called you, and we learned so much.
Yeah.
And, I love you, man. I love you. Thank you. Have a
Pleasure.
great
Love
night.
you too. Be
Send my
well.
sister
Thank
my
you
love, yeah.
for joining me
Okay.
at the table here.
Yeah.
And thank you all for your patience.
welcome.
We'll now entertain questions.
No questions. We're good. We go back to the kids.
All right, then.
Okay, love
Be
you.
well.
Mwah. Bye. Have a good night. You go to sleep
Thank
now.
you.
It's late over there. Okay. Bye. Okay.
All right. Ciao.
Ciao. Lou? Oh, see Lou. I'm laughing at right now because I'm thinking to myself, he does talk too much, but we love him anyway. So when you think about shoes, one of the things that I have been doing lately is admitting that sometimes I get shoes that are used because they feel better. At least they're more pliable, and I don't have to like work them in. But the problem with getting used shoes, is that when you have used shoes, you don't know who's owned them before, and you worry about that. Maybe there's a ghost in the shoe. Maybe there's like this vibe and this thing, and it goes up your feet and then into your thighs, and then you become somebody else, and it creeps me out. When you go to used clothing stores, also the same thing. You can be wearing a vest of somebody, and that person might have been a murderer. And every time you put on the vest, you're like a murderer. And for me, I think that a lot. But these particular shoes, I just want to talk about them because they were used, and I got them at a farmer's market. They were next to a strawberry cart, and they were just on a stool that said for sale. It wasn't like a flea market. It was just this one stool with these things. It was odd. It was weird. But of course, I see them and they're big, so I'm like, I'm gonna try these on. So I put my foot in them. Literally, I was wearing flip-flops. I was barefoot. And I love the blue inside. It's very private, just for me, which I like my leather underwear is just for me. And I put them on, and they fit like a glove. They fit really, really well. And I started feeling myself, okay, maybe this is good. Maybe I should start wearing more and more used shoes. And maybe I could just get into the fact that people are wearing shoes for me and getting them ready for me. And I'm thinking, who's this guy? This guy, like, okay, so he was next to a strawberry cart. Maybe he was a farmer, and he just sort of left his situation. His name was like Henry. Okay, his name was Henry. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to know more about Henry. I want to like think about. I'm like a private eye. Maybe I want to find out, like, look at the DNA inside, like, scrape the thing and like put it under a microscope. And say, oh, that's Henry. Like, I don't know. How do you find out who owned the shoes? And no one was talking to me. The lady was selling strawberries. I didn't want to bother her. But I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can kind of carve together who Henry is. And I'm going to do this with 3 of you. So don't be nervous. You know, I wish I had glasses. You know, it's actually called reading glasses, but they're for eating, and we all know that. I did Lauren, her name is Green Lady. That was very nice, by the way. Okay. Julie Harris. Julie, come here. Yay, Julie! Oh, hold on. Sorry, no, it was someone related to the person that was before. It's not, okay, this is the person that's going to be Faith Miller. Sorry, Faith. You'll kill me. She's going to kill me. Oh, wait a minute. You know, for person's too young. That person's not here. This person's me. Wendy Haynes. You know, it's funny that Henry is 3 women. That's so weird. I've never had 3 women. Here's how this works, okay? So we're going to tell the story of Henry in a progressive story. Faith, you hate me. It's a progressive story. So what happens in a progressive story is it's only 3 rounds. So each person gets 3 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. And you're bringing it home, Julie. No pressure. You're an artist. You can do this. You're bringing home. You're bringing home the story. But you can't be shy and like coy. You have to step into the story. So to help you with this Once Upon a Time story, I'm going to give you some props. Now, you don't need to use these props in the first sentence, but at some point in the story, you need to apply these props, okay? So I'm going to give you a hammer since you're like a physical artist. I'm going to give you binoculars because you're also an artist. Jesus, 3 artists. I'm going to give you, I don't know these people, I don't know who they are, I've never met them in life. I'm going to give you, this is DW40. Okay, so here's the story. So, did you, somebody stuck this on here. Who did that? Ruthie, did you do that? It's stuck. What if there's a fire? How will it get out? Okay, that's what I think about. I think about the safety of inanimate objects. That's financial trouble. Okay, so once upon a time, I'm going to start off and then I'm going to leave.
You do 1 sentence each?
One sentence,
three
rounds. 3 rounds. Don't be
Okay.
nervous. So once upon a time, I might do a little singing. Not singing, but a little background music.
Okay.
If I'm inspired to. If you guys suck, I probably will leave. But if it's good, I'm gonna stay here and be around. Okay, now, so Henry is in the farmer's market. He eats a strawberry, takes off his boots, puts it on a stool, and leaves.
Henry walked down a long, long, lonely road.
Henry's truck broke down, and he realized that he had some WD-40 in the back of his truck. No one was around, and he thought, how am I going to fix this situation? So he gets out of the truck.
And then he thought to himself, I have a hammer. So I'm going to hammer in the morning. You don't know the song. And I'm just going to hammer until I really, really fix this thing. But I might need more WD-40.
And then Henry heard this sound far, far off in the distance, and he couldn't see it. So he remembered he had a pair of binoculars underneath the seat. So he grabbed them and held them up to his eyes. Through those binoculars, he saw the answer. Life.
To life.
Oh, to life. The answer to life.
God? No, it's not God. It is. It's Lassie. It's Lassie. It's coming.
It's coming home.
It's coming home.
And Lassie, I think, took those shoes and ran far, far away and smelled some strawberries and wound up putting the shoes that he took from Henry, put them on the chair, on the stool.
Do we have one more round? Are we done?
I have one last sentence.
He found the shoes.
So the shoes remained on the stool at the farmer's market, awaiting their perfect owner, while Henry and Lassie walked off into the rest of their life barefoot. Dogs don't need shoes, and neither does Henry anymore.
Only Frankie.
Thank you so much. Wendy, Faith, give them a hand. Wendy, Faith. Unbelievable. Jesus. Speaking of farmers markets.
¿Por qué votas?
Why you wear boots?
Soy un cowboy.
Because he like to wear boots because he's their favorite and he's a cowboy. So he can más. Cowboy, yeah. Cowboy, yeah.
Nomás me gustan puras botas, no me gusta otro
And he likes only boots, not another kind of shoes. He wears all the time.
No high heel pumps. Right?
No, nothing else. Just boots for him.
Boy. Boy. So what's interesting about those shoes is they're kind of beautiful and sexy in their own kind of wild way. And I'm thinking about like, when do you feel sexy in your life with shoes, right? And I have to tell you that these have been the symbol for the show. And people are always saying to me, Deb, you should put those boots as a symbol. Like, those are your boots. Why would you put the symbol of boots, the shoes that you never wear? You don't wear heels. Why are they symbolizing your whole shtick about shoes worth sharing? And it's because I've always, in my whole life, wanted to wear high heels. But I wear them and I do feel like that drag queen. I don't feel like Robin Wright in House of Cards. I mean, she wakes up in the morning, still brushing her teeth. She slips on that black dress. She slips on those beautiful black pumps, and she walks into the world, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Is it ever anything more effortless than that situation? And I've always projected onto other people like, oh my God, they can wear pumps and I can't. Like, it's not just a height thing. I just never learned how to walk in them. And the weirdest part of it is I like men in high heels. And it's not a perverted weird thing. I think men in high heels, I gotta show you. Larry Hershowitz, come up here for a second. This is where he gets to the heart of the issue. Like, I think you own the experience more than I do.
Really?
I want you to show them how you feel in those shoes. And I like your shoes too, but they're like the cowboy boots, right? They're like worn and. Do you want me to help you sit down? Should I do
a stool?
I can disrobe you. I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna help. I owe you this, man. You've been coming every night. I'm gonna just take this off of you. Okay. I know. It's okay. Ready? I have incense. I'm gonna burn it right now. Dennis Hopper. Actually, they smell good, Larry.
They do. They smell good.
Yeah, they smell like strawberries.
Pigskins.
Is pigskin kosher if you wear it? Is it okay. So look at how he transforms. And this could be a private moment for you. Men, we're not judging you. You might see Larry and have a different kind of feeling. Your hot dog pate might just spread out a little bit. You might start feeling a little tingle. Because just look what happens. Look what happens. You need me to help you with balance?
Please.
I could be your shoehorn. I could be your shoehorn. Hold on. There you go. Beautiful. Push. Oh, good push. Good. Next one. I have a friend in labor right now. She's pushing. Here you go. I have a friend in labor right now. Push. Oh, my thumb. Wait, my thumb stops. Take a little victory lap. Go ahead. Go. Show. I'm going to sing a song about sex. I got to put some lipstick on. Hold on. I got to give some lipstick to my friend here. Hold on. There you go. A little red. Okay. Never done that before. That was one more time. It's a little sideways. Okay. So I thought about sex a lot when I was a kid. And as an adult, I continued to. I had a pick once. That's okay, I don't need a pick. Who needs a pick? I don't need, you need a pick. You need a pick more. You have two picks. A red theme pick. Very cool. So we're gonna sing this song. It's gonna be so sexy, guys. You're gonna slide out of your chairs. And I don't know. I look at that and I don't know what to think. Let's just journey together. Let's just feel the sexiness that is us, the spectrum of gender, the spectrum of sexuality. Just shoes, just sliding everywhere. Just be there. With the right note first, okay? Oh. Baby, these are hard times. Maybe we should make time. Baby, we should take time to have sex. Let me take you under. Let me work you over. Let me help you forget. Baby, these are hard times. Give me your hands. What are they doing over there? Move them all over me. Stop them right there. Give me your tongue. It only speaks to me. Not with a single word. Just sex. Baby, these are hard times. Maybe we should make time. Baby, we should take time to have sex. It's a word, it's a phrase, it's a crime, it's a craze, it's what everyone wants. It's so good, it's so bad, it's what we once had, it's what everyone wants. To have sex. To have sex. To have sex. To have sex. Baby, these are hard times. Maybe we should make time. Baby, we should take time. To have sex. A lot of men would never do that. They just would. Did anybody want to touch these just because? So you want to touch them? There you go, baby. Just touch them because they're special. A real man wears these shoes. You want a little kickback? I'll let keep it actually for a second. Thank you. So here we go. So from super sexy shoes that kind of make me and remind me of like what I'm not, I transition down to shoes that make me realize the possibility of anything. These little shoes. I've had these shoes for almost 20 years, and they belong to a beautiful human being named Alex. And Alex was my little friend. And as he grew up to be a beautiful person. And he was a musician, and he was a leader, and he was a comedian. And one day, practically in his sleep, his heart just gave way, like an aneurysm. And it was so tough to hear this because he was one of my bestest friends. But I kept his shoe so long ago, and I was wondering, why did I keep his shoe? And it's because this little object draws forth this amazing person. And it kind of is a turning point for me around like, wow, shoes, I found these shoes while I was planning this show. But the other freaky thing is that when I wanted to honor him with this little shoe, I thought, how do I do it? And I remember when he was 8 years old, he was in a movie, and I went on the internet to search, and guess what the name of the movie was? In My Shoes. Can't write this shit. And he was in a movie about being a child of gay and lesbian parents, and I just want to play for you a little clip.
Most everything about my family makes them special. Just the way they act, the way they are, their humility, their just overall kindness. It matters to me that my parents got married because just like it's a once in a lifetime thing. A lot of the stuff that politicians have said have made me feel really worried or upset just because, I mean, like, a lot of the time I'm feeling, how could we elect this person how could this person be in office and be so prejudiced and so rude and so mean? I have to say, kids with gay parents, I find that they're a lot more humble, a lot more, nice, a lot more respectful of other cultures or religion or anything different from what they're used to, just because they have experienced it themselves and they know how hard it can be.
Alex Morris. See how you can live on by speaking your mind, and it's just a beautiful tribute. Because you're thinking about kids, especially in San Francisco, kids grow up really fast there. And particularly Alex, he loved things like food in a very sophisticated way. In San Francisco, kids go from mother's milk to like unagi and tabico and like really complicated absinthe drinks. I mean, it's just I had a real tough time actually understanding the culture of foodieism in San Francisco, but I also tried to embrace it. I remember once going to a Mexican restaurant, a fancy one, and they had deconstructed burrito. And it was like everything in a burrito in a little circle, all taken apart. And when the waiter wasn't looking, I took the little taco and I put everything in it, and I ate it like a burrito. And I knew they were disgusted by that. But one of the things that clogs are for chefs is that they're a tool. They wear clogs, and of course, I never was able to find clogs that kind of fit my little thin female shoes, because the clogs for men were like, why? So I went and got clogs made for myself, and I got these custom made. And when I step into these shoes, not only do I feel like cooking, but I feel like, wow, this is cool. Like, I can actually make my own shoes. And I got this attitude. In fact, I went to Vietnam, and I went and got more shoes made. And what was amazing, of course, she took 2 coffee breaks when she had to trace my feet. It was exhausting. I know that. She had to use another pencil. I mean, it was a big thing, and they screamed. But I got 2 of these made, one tan and one black, and they are gorgeous. And they cost like 35 cents, and it's just amazing. So next time I go and need shoes, I'm gonna go to Vietnam, I think. I think it's a cheaper way to go. But this whole concept of shoes and feet, it brings me to this conversation about body image. And food connects us to that, right? And when you think about parts of yourself that you don't like, there's a point where you just get to an age and you're like, screw it. I love me. I love everything about me. I love the body I'm given, and just kind of, yay. But food is a celebration of what you've put in your body. And to that end, I feel compelled to look at my monkey face again and just pick randomly. I'm not going to look this time. Random. Need 3 people right now. Sabine. Come on up here, lovely. Richard. Wait, I can't call you Richard. You already did this. Shut up, I can't call you.
It was delicious.
I know, but you can't do that. Judith. Oh! Judith. Come on up here. Sabine, did I lose you already? Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay, now don't worry, guys. All you have to do is sit in these chairs. You look so beautiful and tall and lovely.
Thank you.
Come on, sit here. And oh no, don't sit yet. Can you guys take that table and bring it to the front? It's not a union gig. I can ask anything I want. So just don't drop the little person on top of there. I'm just there's a cord, there's glass. There's sand, there's ice. Just drop it straight like that. Fold a little forward. Perfect. Thank you so much. Now please have a seat in our restaurant. Yeah? Okay. Now I couldn't end this evening without talking about food. So I'm gonna just make you guys a meal. I'm gonna make you guys a meal, and we're gonna talk about why. But I'm gonna do it really fast. But first I gotta put on my outfit. Sage before beauty. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna wipe my hands with wipies because I just touched shoes, and it would be unsanitary. Do you guys want any wipies? Would you like a wipey?
Yes, please.
Anyone want a wipey out there? You want a wipey, George? Okay, hold on a second. George a wipey. Now, I use white beef. I need clean white beef. George would care.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, George. I want you to be clean. There you go. Okay. So, I also want to protect you because sometimes I spray shit. So here, please, protect yourself like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
There you
you.
go. So, look, there's a lot of things we can't control in the world, but what we do like this, that we can control. So celebrate the food that makes you powerful, and I think that in general there's foods that make you sluggy and feel like crap, and then there's foods that will give you life. So we're gonna have food that has life in it, life! So you look at the recipe up there, read at your leisure. I'm not gonna walk you through it because that can take time, but these Tupperwares take their own time. So I'm gonna open up all the Tupperwares like this. Here we go. They're all marked because I'm retarded. Here we go. Like, oh, can't use that word. Sorry. Okay, so there's going to be a game. So just get your mental bread. Like, get ready. Okay. So this is quinoa. Quinoa, the food of the gods. This is edamame. It's Ramses' mommy. This is jicama. It sounds like you're like jumping. It's the best. It's jicama. It sings in your mouth. It makes you feel so alive. Tofu. Now tofu is a bean product, but it has a little kick to it. So a little tofu in there. You want some a little red pepper for color mostly, but it's not hot. It's actually sweet. A little red pepper there. You want some. You want some parsley because parsley helps you with your breath and it gets stuck in your teeth and then you give people the opportunity to say, hey, you've got some parsley. And that creates community. So and then you put some mint in because not too much you feel like you're brushing your teeth, but just enough to create that like, woo, what's that flavor? A little mint, right? And then you put, really important, you want to put toasted almonds. Now what I do with these almonds is I put them in a pan and I toast them without, toasting with no oil, just go shh. And you put a little Bragg's in for a little salt, a little woo, a little that, and okay. So in order to season it, all you need, ladies and gentlemen, is look at this beautiful lemon. Look at it, it's gorgeous. And when you cut the lemon, I started a movement recently, it's called Sharp Knives Matter. So, very, very sharp knife, and you cut your little lemon like that. These are great. Have these in your car. These are the best things to have. Okay, good squeeze like that. Okay, salt and pepper. Now, salt. Pepper. This is pepper. Pepper. Okay, give it a little kick. Not too much. Just enough. Okay, salt. Now, don't get the lame iodized like with the umbrella shit. Get salt that's been somewhere. This is French salt. French salt, people. So what you do first is you throw it like this. That's all, right? And then you got it because quinoa soaks up salt, and you really want to give some salt brings out the flavor, the genuine flavor of everybody. If I put salt in her hair will become more blonde. Oh no! Okay. Now the last thing you want to do is give it some oil. Now don't use rancid old oil. People get big things of oil at Costco. That's such horrible things because it goes rancid in 4 seconds. So get little teeny things of oil. I'm using nut oil. I use walnut oil sometimes. This is macadamia nut oil. It's very light. You think macadamia heavy? It's not. It's actually really light. I'm talking so fast. Let's slow down. In fact, let's really slow down. Don't worry, it's not gonna be too much oil. Don't worry. It's okay, don't worry. Here we go. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a journey to the obnoxious culture of San Francisco. I learned about slow food movement when I was there. And I learned about resting between bites. Talking between courses about Bukowski. Atlantic Monthly. Things that nurture our souls so that as we nurture our bodies, there's this harmony. And by the time midnight rolls around, you're starving. But you're being polite because you're with the host who's really into the slow food movement. So tonight I thought, let's get a taste of that and let's sort of figure out how slow can we eat our food. So I'm gonna just give you a little bit of food and really teeny forks. Oh my God!
It's
10-minute rule.
okay.
10-minute rule. Okay. So, a little bit. Now, I'm not giving you too much because that's the game. I hope none of you are allergic to anything in here, but if you are, we have a little epileptic, what do you call epileptic? Not epileptic. What? EpiPen. I don't really have vocabulary, actually. I just have vocabulary on my email. It does it for me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, now, is this pretty even? Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Nobody yet? The game hasn't started. Here you go. I didn't mean to yell at you, by the way. I'm working on that. When I get excited, I yell. Okay. Oh, I should tie this before the next step. This thing's gonna get crazy. Okay. So,
Smells good.
The game is this. The game is that I'm gonna play a song, and you can't finish the food until the song's over. If I see that you finish the food, I'm gonna make you eat the entire bowl, which might cause sickness. So, I need some rhythmic help. Georgia, can you do the one-on-one on one? Okay, here you go. I'm gonna get someone back there a little. Yes. Okay, good. Now it's just you just feel free to express yourself. Actually, don't let me control you, because this is all about performance and not being in control. Like where my pick is. Like where's my pick again? Can I put it down? Back pocket. Back pocket? No, these are pockets that have like the. Oh, I did. Hold on. I just moved you, sort of. Sorry. So this is the song called "Dirty Dishes." I wrote it inspired by Tom Waits, actually, who also performs in aprons. And it's a story song, and just don't finish until I'm done. But don't dilly-dally.
Oh.
Okay, for the people. Yeah. I look at all the dishes on the bottom of my sink. I see how my dirtiness is driving me to drink. Notice how the floor of my life is all scraped. My jail's swinging open. My convict has escaped. Oh yeah. I'm wrestling with rollers. My acid's burning through. My conversation's tired of talking for two. I'm entertaining no one as I stumble on the stage. I'm Sisyphus in high heels, falling down with rage. You are an undercover agent trying to keep me in line. Your lips are cherry cookies smothered in my wine. Your eyes are watching my eyes to see where they go. I'm just stuck here in this chair, enjoying your show. How you doing over there? Oh, help me, help me, help me. I'm trying to give, but the angel told the devil that I'm bad enough to live. The coffin is too comfortable, the air is too tight. I guess I'll stay in my body, at least for tonight. Okay, here comes the big audience. Solo time. Oh yeah. You better start eating, girls. You guys are really slow. I better write a new song. Sabine, you are rocky. I'm thinking Rachel is having a little culinary experience of her own. No judgment here. I got one more verse. Small fork, isn't it? I think we should all eat with small forks. It would help us. See how much? You're probably full by now, right? The slower you eat, the more full you get. It's just a fact. That's why people who don't eat at all are really hungry. Was it 11:45? you know, the rules have changed. If you finish, you get punished. You guys won. I was thinking about cleaning this and then ending it with something dramatic, but I'm going to leave this on and end with something dramatic, so I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Was it good?
Delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's more. Do you want to meet afterwards and we'll just eat?
That's delicious, Deb.
Yeah, really. Thank you. Let's clean our palate with this wonderful woman that I met. Let's clean our palate. One more hand for these people.
You want to know the story of these shoes? They're about 4 days old. I bought them in Poland, in the city of Krakow. They are made by Mephisto. This was the first Mephisto store in all of Poland. They cost about half what they cost in the United States. They're guaranteed for life. The bed is guaranteed for life. If something goes wrong, they'll give you another one. And the important thing about all Mephisto shoes is that they need some time to mold to your feet. But they do indeed do that, because I've worn other Mephisto shoes. And then it's like heaven.
Heaven. This woman was also, on Larchmont, and she had this incredible sort of like carriage, and I was so drawn to her. And I looked down at her shoes, and I found that moment where you have no idea about anything. Like, who knew she just got back from Krakow 4 days ago? I mean, this is why life is so delicious. But she reminds me of this woman that's been on my screensaver for like 100 years. Her name is Louise Bourgeois. And she is no longer with us, but she lived so many years until she was like 98. She not only worked as a sculptor and as an artist, but she taught in this great loft in Manhattan, and people would just sit at her feet, which were barefoot, by the way. And she would teach them how to express through different mediums. And this quote is one of my favorite quotes. It helps me understand why I'm not a murderer. And it brings me back to this idea of my hot dog of hate. If I really live with it, I would probably be unhappy and be a murderous person. So it's so important for me to move through my stuff. And that's why I'm standing here tonight with you, to move through my stuff. And I'm hoping that some of you got through some hot dog of hate moments as well. Because in the end of the day, I went through my shoes with you tonight, and in that process, I realized these shoes have carried me beautifully. And if I can't find shoes that are my size, I will go and get them made for me. And that's a bigger message of creativity. Creativity is not about being an artist on a canvas or a musician or a filmmaker. It's about stepping into the right fullness that you have to just create the life that you want to have. And there's a million people that are selling you books and standing on TED Talks, and they're screaming this truth. But at the end of the day, it's your truth, and you have to own it in your own version. You can't be taught this stuff. This has to be inside of you. So all of you, I recommend to put on your own Shoes Worth Sharing show. We'll show up for you right here in this audience. But I wanted to end with this wonderful woman who we also met on that street, and there's a celebration in her voice about just the sexiness, back to the idea of where shoes make her fly. And it's almost a metaphor for whatever you choose to be the symbol to give you freedom, go for it. And this is how she expresses that.
What woman doesn't love shoes? When I meet someone, I always look at them first and see what kind of shoes they're wearing, and that could tell a lot about them. Shoes say what the woman is, whether they, if women, in the old days, women would never wear flats. They'd always wear, heels, and you just wear heels, and that's what I love. I have gold shoes, they're gold lame, and they're high heels. They're like 4 inches, 5 inches high, and they're cut out at the toe. And sometimes it's the kind of shoe that you could wear with Levi's, or you could wear with, on New Year's Eve. And it's a great dancing shoe, because if you wear a short skirt, it really enhances your legs.
That's it. Kendall, who both have been sick, but they're the guys that have helped me produce this thing, and they've been wonderful. And I also just want to say that this has been a very cool workshop experience for me in this theater, and I have a dream to travel with this and connect with people about the whole shoe culture. And I could not have done this without the support of people in this room letting me be a little messy, throw food around, figure stuff out, and it's a work in progress. And I felt completely safe in our space. And I know that's a funny word, but it's true. And I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this and keep on working it through. And it's just a wonderful